Those who tell us the moral thing to do is to embargo the South African economy and write off South Africa should tell us exactly what they believe will rise in its place. Strategically, this is one of the most vital regions of the world. Around the Cape of Good Hope passes the oil of the Persian Gulf. Southern Africa and South Africa are repository of many of the vital minerals for which the West has no other secure source of supply. But the South African government is under no obligation to negotiate the future of the country with any organization that proclaims a goal of creating a communist state and uses terrorist tactics and violence to achieve it.
What is black South Africa fighting for? You think they're just fighting for the right to vote? They want back the value of what's under their foot. The gold, the diamonds, the uranium, the cobalt, the titanium, all that which America needs to be fit in the 21st century is in South Africa. This is why she don't want to give up that plum. This is why she's trying to prop up Botha.
Cough. I think that what's being done around dust is appalling. There is no research. The statistics are hidden. There is very little work being done on reducing dust in the workplace. And I say this on the basis of practical exposure to the mining industry and a long involvement in health and safety on the mines. Dust is ignored, it's neglected. It doesn't kill people like a rockfall does. It's an insidious, slow killer. It's killing people far away. It's killing them quietly. Their clockwork's running down, their batteries are drying up, and they're dying. It's not getting the attention it deserves.
Why?
Because the people who are dying are so far away. The people who are dying are out in the country. The people who are dying aren't important people.
They're not important people?
Not in the South African context.
What do you mean?
They're rural people. They're poor people. They're people without a voice. They're people who are inarticulate. They're people on the fringes. They're working class people. In neighboring countries, in our most remote rural areas, these are the people who have no voice, they have no say, they have no influence. They simply die quietly.
What has changed under democracy?
Well, the references to race and unequal treatment in terms of the amount of compensation people are entitled to, those are being removed from the Act. But the bottom line is the same, is black mine workers are getting sick on the mines and they're going home, they're being left untreated, impoverished, and they're dying. Nothing has changed at all.
Some of the research that is recently being done in this country suggests that a third of all miners are suffering some form of quite serious disease as a result of their occupational disease. But they come away with very little. That's the point.
Certainly levels of compensation have changed and are changing further.
How are they changing?
The amounts have been increased.
By what? What? Can you give me an example?
I'd have to give you a rough estimate, but certainly compared to the 1970s, they're in multiples of the levels then.
Can't you give me an example of a miner over a period of time? I mean, you know, this is your field, really, and what he would have got and what he now gets.
I don't have the figures, John, no. I regret that.
Don't you find that extraordinary? For the public affairs manager of this company, I asked you about a simple question to give an example of the compensation. Now, this is about to do with mining, and you don't have the information.
I don't find that extraordinary.